Your 8-minute question and answer period will now begin. What areas of your projects do you see as the most innovative and why?
I'll take that. I would say the most innovative part of our project is our product, because the way we came up with it was through a series of trial and error. It took us a while to develop our process of developing our product. So, figuring out different ways of mixing the paper, the different types of seeds that we had to use, not to mention the fact that we've consulted with experts on a variety of issues that we came across, such as what seeds are best for the environment to use, what sort of material we should be using when it comes to creating our frames, as well as our printing methods. We've explored that, and there's a wide array of things that I could talk about, but for the sake of time, I would say that yes, our product is our most innovative aspect of our project.
Could you clarify the role of your partnerships and the role of your team in your project?
Yeah, sure. So our team is kind of broken down into a bit of a pyramid hierarchy. So we have our president, we have our variety of vice presidents that overlook different parts of our project. So we have a vice president finance who has a team of account managers. We have our VP business development who actually works with a lot of our partnerships in the community. We have our VP marketing who looks over all of our social media and campaigns in that sense. We have our VP education who actually looks over our entire education portfolio of our project. And we have VP operations who looks over just all of the development of our product, bettering it, and the way of creating it. As for partnerships of our product, we have 12 different locations in Prince Edward Island that partner with us to distribute our product during peak holiday seasons. So they work with us in selling our cards, and then in return, they get the sense of being eco-friendly. And yeah, if anyone else has anything to add.
If your team was given $25,000 right now, what would you use it for?
I think we would use it for bettering our production system. Our production system is probably our bottleneck right now, just in the sense that we operate on a volunteer basis. So our team members create our cards, and it's right now we're doing one sheet, which is 2 cards at a time. But if we were given $25,000, we could explore different ways of creating more cards in a smaller amount of time.
What accomplishment from the last year are you most proud of?
I could probably take that one. We're most proud of our community outreach, the amount of people that we've reached with our education program, and also the donations we were able to make to our community. This year we donated around $700 to the Island Nature Trust, and giving back to the community generally.
What surprised you the most as you worked on your project over the last year?
I would say the perseverance in the face of COVID. We weren't sure how things were going to go, especially when it came time for our Christmas initiative. There were a couple ups and downs here in PEI in terms of COVID. There was a circuit breaker introduced right around the time our cards were in retail locations. So we weren't sure how things were going to play out. And despite that, we still managed to raise the $700 and some that Patrick had mentioned earlier to donate to the Island Nature Trust. So I think the fact that we were able to deliver on that promise that we made to that organization was something.
Was there any unexpected negative impact or externality related to your project?
That's an interesting question.
Could you explain what negative means in this situation?
Or could you repeat the question, Ashley? Maybe that might be easier.
Sure.
Thank you.
Was there any unexpected negative impact or externality related to your project?
I have an answer for this. So our product, we incorporate seeds into our paper. So we did consult with various community members just on the impacts of our seeds, but we had the PEI Native Council reach out to us, and they were concerned about them being invasive species. So we worked over the past couple years just to ensure that the seeds we're using are not invasive to Prince Edward Island. And as we grow as a non-for-profit business, we have to be wary of who we sell to and making sure that they are also non-invasive on those fronts. Because we started in PEI, but since COVID started, we've been selling out of PEI online. So just being wary of what's invasive and what's not, and just not having the negative implications of that.
Do you have any direct competitors, and what is your unique competitive advantage?
We have no direct competitors. Our advantage is that people know us here in the community. We've established a good sense of presence, I would say, as a brand over the years, because we've been in the news here, and people are sort of aware of this initiative, you could say, the plantable greeting cards that pop up over Christmas and sometimes over Valentine's. I think the sense of familiarity that we have here in PEI is our unique advantage. But then again, there are no direct competitors. I know that there is one business here that offers plantable seed cards, but it's not their main offering as a business. They focus on custom merchandising. So
you could consider standard greeting cards our direct competitors, and in that sense, our competitive advantage would be that they're plantable, our cards.
As well as being a company that's run by students and in the communities, especially, it helps to sell our product.
What is an example of a hurdle you faced because of COVID-19, and how did you overcome it?
COVID-19 impacted our project in so many different ways, as I imagine so many different things. Just the navigating, having people come onto campus and actually create our project. We had to work with the health and safety coordinator of the university, as well as selling at different events and locations. Typically, we would travel to artisan markets and things like that to sell our cards. But this year, we have been focusing more on online sales, which has helped us a lot within COVID. We've actually increased our online sales by, I think it's around 4,000%.
Your time has now expired. Thank you, Enactus, University of Prince Edward Island.